Hey everyone, my name is Chase, and I'm the developer of Metropolis 1998. I'm here to do my first Let's Play, as my game is now officially in alpha. I have also pushed out a major update to Steam, which has all the new features and all the stuff I've been working on over the last year, compared from the last update a year ago. So let's dive in. The first thing you're going to see when you launch a new map is this current state of the game box. I'll be keeping this updated as I continue to work on the game. My goal is to get all these features implemented, either at the micro simulation level or just implemented if it's not directly related to simulation. I can't promise everything because I'm a solo dev and making a city builder is quite a lot of work. So what else? I've chosen a 700 by 700 size map, or 700 by 700 tiles. Each tile is 10 by 10 feet. The demo is set to a maximum of 300 by 300 tiles, and when the game launches, I think I'm going to have a maximum map size of 2,000 by 2,000 tiles. So yeah, let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do, if you follow my lovely tutorial up here, is to place your first road and connect it to the federal highway. I recommend using a medium density road because the smaller roads are going to have a hard time handling the traffic coming into the map when people move in. So I'm going to place it near the water pipes and these utility poles. These are your sources for water and power, basically. Right now the game doesn't have any power plants because the amount of detail that a power plant has and getting all that sprite work done is quite a lot. So what I've done instead is added substations, which basically function the same way as a power plant in the sense that you need to place enough substations to handle the electricity demand that's coming in to the map. So I'm going to place a road. So I noticed there's a hill here. So yeah, one thing that's changed is the terrain is now randomly generated with hills and little microbiomes. So we got like this dry grass area, normal green, and then these more wetter, denser grass areas with some leeks growing, some wild leeks. At some point, I'll be adding water, like a river or maybe even like an ocean or something. But for now, this is just going to be pure land. So I'm going to place this. Oh, it's too close to the hill. That's close enough. Okay. I'm going to place this road going down here, and we get a little throughway we can expand later. And maybe a road going on here. So this is just loose planning. I might change these later. So after we place our road, the next step is to build the mayor house. This has been somewhat of a controversial design choice by some players, but the reason why I've added it so early into the game is so players know that one of the distinguishing differences of my game, and one of the features of my game, is that you can design your own houses from scratch. If you don't want to spend a lot of time doing this, you can literally just place an empty room, a small little room, hook it up to the road network, and be done. But I'm gonna put a little effort into my home. And what do I want to put up? Let's have this be a main intersection, and then I'm gonna live up here. So I'm gonna open up the zone menu, or a building from scratch menu. And the first thing I need to do is place a zone. So keep in mind these are each 10 by 10 tiles, so you don't want to go too big. But after you do that, you have a plethora of room options. For me, I'm just going to do a bedroom, living room, and a bathroom. I'm going to place some doors. It's really important that all the rooms are connected, and they must be able to egress out of the house, because in my game, you can see units live their lives and walk around inside buildings. So they need to be able to path to each room and get out so they can go to work or go to school or whatever. Right now the rooms are really dark because there's no windows or lighting yet. We also need to connect our home to the road network. So I'm gonna place a driveway. Let's do that. And one thing to point out, if you have a room without pathing and you try to put it on the market, whoops, the room's going to turn blue, indicating, which rooms are the problem. So I'm going to add a door there. You can see that, if you wanted to be done with building the mayor house, you're done at this point. But I'm going to go to the object menu and start adding in some windows. Let's do that. I don't like the wall. I like, big fan of this brick. And for the roofs, I added, there's now 2 different roof types. So all these roofs up here, they automatically output all the roof tiles for you. But I've also recently added these manual roofs, which let you, essentially add your own, design your own roofs. Let's see, I wonder. Sometimes it can be fun to just play around. And then that goes there. You can also rotate the camera. Do that, and then, well, I don't have the right piece. So I think if I expand the home, it's going to delete all the roof tiles. So you know what? There's no need to fret over this. So let's do that. Add in the side pieces. Add in the corner piece. More side pieces. There's no inner corner, which is something I'll be adding later. So I'm just going to put a square there. Looks kind of weird. Whatever. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I'll hide the roofs, and let's add in, let's see. I'm going to be sleeping in a hospital bed because I worked so hard as the mayor of my town. I also will need a filing cabinet because I'm the mayor. Let's see. I'm going to filter to residential homes, and then let's add a wardrobe. I'm a huge fan of plants. Definitely need a computer desk for work. All right, and then next up, I'm going to add in the bathroom, which is this room here. And let's get a toilet in there. And then living room can be my kitchen living room. Not a big deal. Let's see, yeah, okay. Let's add a TV, a couch to relax. By the way, you can edit the colors of every single sprite, almost every single sprite in this game. So if I wanted like a really wacky magenta couch with, I don't know, maybe green pillows, I got it right here. I'm gonna decorate the outside. Let's get some protection from all the citizens. Just kidding. The citizens will not attack you in this game. Oops, there we go. So let's do that. And maybe add in cherry tree, a nice larger, I love pine trees. Let's do that. And what else? A couple flowers. A little fancy schmancy bush thingy. And maybe a garden. Okay, that's enough. So once you're done, the last step you want to do... Oh, you know what? I forgot. I need my mayor statues. This is where I live. And we'll have a statue of me. Right there. So the last step you want to do is place the building on the market. For all other buildings except for the mayor building, this will make the building active so people can start moving in, or if it's a business, they can start using it, shopping, buying stuff. But for the mayor house, it's just going to be, no one's going to move in, it's going to be your house. At some point, I want to add a sprite, like a mayor sprite, that you can just click and have the mayor, your character, walk around. But for now, this will just be an empty house that you can just imagine is yours with your little sprite. So after we do the mayor house, the next step is to add our first utilities and the first businesses. So utilities come in, like I said earlier, through outside the map, and you need to make a connection to the utility poles and the pipes to distribute power in your own city. So I'm going to place a substation. Let's... I can have a little thing here. And we also need to add a water pump and sewage pump, but first, you can see that this is not connected to the power lines yet. So what I'm going to do is start wiring up the roads, and to make a connection to the substation, the utility pole needs to be 2 or fewer tiles away from the substation. So as soon as I add that connection, the roads will turn cyan to indicate they have power. In this game, the only thing that can distribute power is through the poles. The poles can power an entire road segment, but roads do not transfer power to other roads. I may change this, but there is a nice challenge in like just setting up infrastructure for your city. The other thing to note is that when you're first placing your first utility poles, you need to connect the pole next to the one that's outside the map. So let's add in the water pump and sewage pump. Since pollution is not in the game at the moment, it doesn't really matter where I put these. Like you can see, the water's all brown and whatnot. So let's add our pipes. Unlike utility poles, the pipes need to be touching, next to or touching the buildings. And let's add that, and then we can connect it to the water source. And there we go. We got water and power. Oh, I need to hook up the mirror house. So let's do that. That. Now we have power. Small homes, low density single family home don't need water or sewage because the assumption is they can function with with both a well and a septic tank. Any other building in this game, I can't remember if there's any other exceptions, but we'll just say all other buildings in the game, medium density homes, etc., need both a utility pole and a water pipe hookup. All right, last step for this is to place our first businesses. So in this game, there is two different types of demand. There's demand generated by your citizens, and then there's external demand. Right now, the external demand is kind of static. It's basically, it's always going to be 1,000 and 700 for these two businesses. That's something I plan on exploring and playing with later. But for now, we need to place a gas station and a fast food restaurant. So this is going to be, I'm going to make this area, I guess, the first commercial area. And let's do a nice fast food Asian restaurant right here. Or actually, no, let's do it there. Great. So that wraps up the basic tutorial that I have so far. All the other goals are going to be in this mailbox down here. And I'll let you know like what your next step is, what's going to be unlocked. So at this point, we want to start adding in residential homes. I think I'm going to put the first block of homes in this area. So I'm going to make it somewhat dense. So maybe 4 tile overlap by 500 feet. And then another 4 tile overlap. Another 4. And this one can be... There is no, like I said earlier, there's no pollution, including noise pollution, so there's no penalty for building next to a busy road at the moment. I didn't see how long it was. Let's do 500 feet. And then complete this grid work. I need to add power, so let's do that. Like I said, utility poles have a 2 power radius for the game to figure like what's powered. So since there's no pole here, I'm just going to add a little connection to get these roads powered. So in my game, there's actually 2 different ways you can place buildings. The first option, which is this is the option you need to use for businesses, is to place individual buildings. If you're also into designing and want more control of what buildings look like and what buildings go where, you can select from a huge variety of blueprints. You can also filter by size if you're looking for something smaller or larger. And then you can also randomize the look of the building to your heart's content. The other option, and this is only for residential and offices, is you can use what I call auto zones. In City Skylines and SimCity, this is more of a classic building placement. And you can either do selection fill, selection fill is, it only works within like the min and max dimensions. So you can go as wide as you want, but the depth is 8 tiles maximum. And the other option is flood fill, which just pretty obvious. You can quickly fill out the zones however you see fit. So after you place these, they're going to break apart into random sizes. You can control the size here. If you click this, you can change the filter. I'm sorry, the filter greater or less than. And now homes will begin to construct. One thing is homes will begin to construct even if there's no utility hookup. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But I'm going to, I'm going to increase the construction speed since I'm doing a Let's Play through. I remember when I was playing City Skylines as a kid, one of the mods that came out was a construction speed mod. And for whatever reason, I wanted that real-time feeling. And so I set the construction speed to real-time, which it wasn't truly real-time, but it like made construction extremely slow. And for whatever reason, I enjoyed that. But now that I'm an adult, my patience, or at least the style of game I want to play is not so slow. So when buildings are constructed, they all start off at level 1. That's not true if you place a blueprint. They don't have a visual building level, although you can change it later. Like you go here to the edit menu, and I'll cover these later. But you can go to the visual level setter. You can set the building level. This small house doesn't really show it off, but basically level 3 adds in fences and nicer wall textures. Level 4 adds in trees, and then level 5 adds in the tall, like the super tall trees, and makes the contrast of the colors a little bit sharper. Whereas level 1 and 2, they're duller and grayer to represent a lower level building. So now that we've reached a hamlet, a few more buildings have unlocked, and we need to place a telecom. So go to the power menu, and we can place this by our utility area. Just like the substation, there needs to be a power pole to connect the building. So, whoops, we got more homes constructing. People are going to start moving in. They're just coming in from the edge of the map. Yeah, there we go. I am going to add... I want to add another... This should have been a wider one. So let's do that. And then fix... All right. So the next goal is to get to a population of 500. At this point, we can place a police station and school. So we can do that now. So one of the features of my game is every single unit has their own set of demands. So when a unit moves into a building, that set of demands gets summed into the building's demand. Or rather, every unit that lives in that building, it sums all the needs. So you can see, or so the game can calculate like what building needs what. So when I place a business or some municipal services or this police station, the roads will paint and the buildings will get highlighted in teal, which shows you which buildings are going to be supplied by the building that you're placing. So I'm going to place this here. Looks like we need power because I didn't power those roads. Whoops, those are pipes. I accidentally placed this facing the wrong direction. That's fine. And police station needs water, so let's add in a water connection. And we can place a little school. These schools are not to scale. I'll be working on improving the scaling of blueprints and figuring out better sizes as the game develops, but technically all we need is this little tiny school for the moment. So you can see it's one or two classrooms, and children will start going to school on the weekdays. Of course, school needs water, so we can get that taken care of. All right, so as more people move in, you'll see that more businesses need to be created or placed. So we can place a small grocery store. Let's see. This is where planning matters. So you don't want to place your commercial businesses too far away from where people live, because the range that these businesses can reach is about 200 tiles, I believe. So you can see where the paint turns dark and then stops spreading. That's the radius. That's how far the building reaches. If you place a building in a dense residential area, the paint will only go as far as the supply is available before it's consumed by the buildings that it touches as it expands outward. So this will be, I said this is gonna be the commercial area, but it's kind of far. So I'm gonna place this here. And I'm also gonna actually start expanding my, oh, we got terrain there, okay. Mix that up. Actually, we can go down. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I speak of when I say 4 tile gap, I'm actually looking at the blue tiles where the blue line intersects it, because each zone. What do you call that? I guess the zone guide expands outward 8 tiles from each road. So when I say 4 tiles, I'm looking at the blue line and seeing how many tiles expand outward from that. So, of course, it's one mini, 1, 2, actually not. And then complete that, complete that. We can have this one go there, and power them all. And let's add in more homes. All right, those are going to construct, and so we need a cafe and a general restaurant. People gotta have their coffee. And let's go a small beer hall. Right next door. Oh, it's getting dark. So one of the new features in my game is exterior lighting and window lights. So I'm gonna add some street lights so it's not so dark. Let's do there. We go on the main. These will get, so when, right now it's the sun setting, so everything's kind of dark, but these will get brighter as the time gets into the evening and nighttime. So, let's see. So one thing I mentioned earlier, the buildings will level up over time as you fulfill more needs. So you can click on any building, and if you hover over this uh, little graph thingy, it'll list out all the needs of this building that's based on the units that live there. Anything in green means that that particular need is supplied. Anything in gray, not the text, but the numbers. Anything in gray means you can't place that building yet. So there's nothing you can do yet. And anything in red means you can place the building. Actually, looks like there's a bug. You can't place the mechanic yet, or the city park. But basically, anything in red will be something that you can place that has not, that they're needing and has not been placed yet. Parks are locked. Oh. Yeah, mechanics are locked. I gotta fix that. So, it's still sunset. And hey, we're a small town. Now we can place medium density buildings, we can place more businesses, we can place industry. Oh, maybe that's why. No, that was it. Never mind. So yeah, we have more buildings we can place. I'm gonna add in smaller medium density homes on this busier road here. By the way, I'm holding shift, which allows you to control the depth. So another thing, not only do all the units generate needs, but every business does too. So businesses typically need offices and some type of industry. And if they don't get those needs, then the income that you, or the tax that you get from those businesses is actually reduced. That's already in the game. But for some reason it's not showing up. Maybe this hasn't updated yet. So yeah, we need offices and crop farm. We can't place offices yet, but we can place a crop farm, which is why those icons are visible. So, where do I need to put this? Maybe we can have a little wraparound. In a farm area. How do we do it? There's a bunch of hills here, so let's do that. And this one needs water and power. All right. And those icons should have gone away. The medium density needs water, so that should be taken care of. Yeah. Okay. So now the lights are brighter. That's much better. These are mostly done constructing. This one's still under construction. All right. So we need more homes. So the residential demands will pretty much stay on until you have too much demand for businesses. It's pretty easy to keep up with it until you start placing high density buildings when lots of people move in all at once. So let's do 500 feet roughly. Where's the, okay, the main one's there. And power. Whoops. Okay. And add in all these little homes. We can phase it too. Oh, you know what? Forgot. Okay. Medium density. Cool. So people move in slower at night, so I might change the time back to the daytime just to speed things up. One of the other changes in my game is that every business, excuse me, some businesses are now open 24 hours. I don't know. I think the fast food restaurants are, which are over here, and the gas station is for sure. Yeah, 24 hours, 24 hours. And so you can see we got a couple workers. Got a couple people at the gas station. We got some citizens shopping there. This person is going to the bathroom on the sink. I gotta fix that. Let's see. All right. Oh, gotta fix that. All right. Let's add in some more lights on the busy part. I am gonna doll some of these roads up a little bit. How about some trees? That's nicer. Oh, we have too much demand. Residential demand has gone down. All right, we need a fire station. Let's add that close to the police station, which is here. You can add that here. And let's see, we need some parks, mechanic. Now we can place the offices. So we're gonna build a little office park somewhere. Let's do that right here. We can extend this going. Actually, I'm gonna make this a one. Let's do a little gap like that. I'm gonna make this an entire little in and out, basically. And then subdivide it up. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Sweet. I don't need to, I'm not going to need to place or fill all this out immediately, but I'm going to add water power, so let's do that. Let's do that. And offices need water as well, so let's do this, that. And just like residential homes, we can place a nice flood fill. I'm gonna start down here. So we need 6,000. Oh, that's gonna be a little bit more. That should be fine. So it's a mechanic. Probably makes sense to place that to the gas station. But all these people want a mechanic, so let's put it across from the police station. So you can also see the demand view if you click on this icon here. And you can see the reach of the mechanic. So this is where the game kind of gets challenging. Every business has a radius of how many tiles it can expand outward. And because it's a circle, it's actually kind of impossible to fulfill and satisfy 100% demand for every single building, which means that affects how many buildings can level up, and that affects your city's income. So you can actually see, if you go to the info, you got all these overlays here, like road conditions, which doesn't do anything yet, but it will soon. We got traffic, we got power, water, police station, which the buildings will flash so you know where to find them. But we're looking at building level, so I don't have a key yet, but basically this is the color of the rainbow. Red is level 1, orange is level 2, yellow, green, blue. Sometimes there's a bug where the building will be gray, but if you just repaint it, it will get fixed. I'll fix that eventually, but we can see where we placed all our businesses. So our commercials here, our services are here. Buildings within range of those businesses are starting to level up. All right, office demand is good. That's actually just the right amount of zones to place. At some point, the office demand and the industrial demand will block you from placing different businesses if they need those particular buildings. But for now, there is no block. You'll just get an icon and your income will be affected. So, like I said, the economy is not active yet, but you can see it's going to be broken down by building level. The higher the building level, the higher like per capita income that you'll get from that building level. And then we have our cost summary, income summary, and of course the net results in this little box right here. Industry tax is also not in the game yet, which is why those are all zeros, despite having a crop farm. But let's see. This game looks. I love when it's nighttime in this game because the street lights look so nice. Like, I love looking at this. Open up the buildings and see. Oh, it's midnight. Alright, so. We got, good. Those offices just consumed some of that unemployment up here. So, it looks like these offices are just coming on the market, so there's a lot of open jobs, but there's also a lot of unemployment, so that will balance out over time. The education does matter. Every job has an education range that the unit will that will prevent the unit from applying to that job if they're outside of that range. Right now, the only school in the game is high school, so I'll be adding the other schools as time goes on. And we also have the age breakdown up here and the number of available homes. So, like I said, people move in, there's less traffic at night, so people move in slower. So I'm going to just make it daytime so I can get people to move in faster. So we need to place a clothing store, looks like. Place that here. And we'll make a grocery store. These people are not being served. I can probably place a small one right here. Maybe. See, it's kind of hard to like satisfy everybody. What you want to do, I'm going to just delete a building, place it there. And that gets most of them. In a moment, these numbers will update with the how many people they serve and how much supply is left over. I'll just give that some time to process. We need a gem. Oops. Let's put that more closer. Maybe. And nail salon. Alright, grocery is updated. Alrighty. So we just had some leaf blowers come through, so I just had to pause the game for the last 45 minutes or so. So excuse the cut. I believe I was talking about the grocery and saying how difficult it was to satisfy all demand. So as I place this grocery, you can see that the supply capacity is at 520, but the customer serves is at 760. Granted, it's near all these medium density buildings, which are provide like 4 to 6, maybe even 10x more people that live there compared to a single family home. So yeah, because the between the two groceries placed on the map, it satisfies, like, if you were to take all the units globally and sum up all the people that want a grocery store, these two grocery stores on a global level, which you can see here, supply and demand, satisfy all those people. But because of how homes are distributed through space, it's not possible to satisfy all the people over the distance. And you can make the game easier by using this slider here. Moving it up will decrease the difficulty of satisfying all people. We need more offices. Just a few more, a couple more. Wrong one. Sorry. I'm going to add some more offices here. So even the offices and the businesses work through demand levels. Essentially anything that's placed through this menu here, the auto zones, they will visually level up. So you can see that these offices kind of look desaturated. The inside is all fluorescent lighting. Looks really ugly. But essentially, the way that it works is that the businesses are leveled up by combining the average of all the building levels of the homes that they serve. And the offices level up by combining the average of the businesses that they serve. So right now, I think most buildings are in the process of leveling up, so these will still be at level 1. Which I'm not surprised. But as the game progresses, more buildings will level up, then the businesses will level up, and then the offices will level up. All right, so we need our first shoe store and video store. Let's continue expanding this commercial area. There's a video store there, and our shoe store right next to the clothing store. It's kind of too far away from all these other homes, so it's not quite enough customers served yet. And also, there's not enough people living in our city. And we need a library and city park. So library, let's place this off a little quieter part of the map. In city parks, like all other municipal buildings, you can place as many as you want. Oop. Add some water. So let's add some. Which park? Let's do a playground. Can add it here. Fix that. And it's water, of course. Where do we connect? Here. So. And probably parks are nice. Let me place. There's some big ones. But I think in this one, what's it next to? All right, so offices won't grow because we need more businesses, and to get more businesses, we need more people. So let's build. I'm gonna make this area here medium density. This is not really a clean way to break this up, but I could do that. So let's do full size. You know what? Let's add some more here, but make them smaller. Stop over there. And a little dense. Little dense, medium density area here. Watered. And alright, so those are growing. Maybe, you know what, let's just make this a little like medium density, parkish area. That. Water. Ding, 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 ding. Alright. So businesses are coming back. Oh. This one. So we have people going to work, it looks like. This guy works at the office here. You can track people, you can track vehicles as well. Oh, yeah, reset it. There we go. This person's going to the mechanic. Do they work? No, they're doing an errand. It's a visitor. Ooh, I must have a broken down car. So people should start filling in the offices. Let's see, we got people going to work. Guys going, taking a break, thinking, working, thinking, in front of the computer. Time earlier. Oh, it's kind of late to go. Oh, because I changed the time earlier. Forgot about that. This guy's working. What oh, it's already at capacity. What is jobs situation? So we have a small amount. It's like 10% of the population is unemployed at the moment. But we got more businesses in place, which will help reduce that. Tons of people coming to work. Be fun to see everyone at their desks. 10, 20 minutes from now. Those are under construction. Oh, that will help too. This will supply. It doesn't tell you when it's under construction, but that will eat up a good chunk of the unemployed as well. Oh. So buildings will become abandoned if 8 in-game hours go by without utilities. I will be expanding this functionality. For instance, if there's too much crime or not enough businesses in the area or whatever, or if there's more nicer places to live. Oh, is that a bug? Yeah, it was a bug. Okay. Let's see. Now we can place our next grocery store. I'm gonna wait so I can place a bigger one. I am gonna place a donut shop to satisfy most of these people. Actually, there's too many people. Not enough demand yet to place them. Okay, has its crop farm and offices. Put the buildings back up. Put the roofs on. Go back. Didn't work. Filling up yet? Slowly, people are getting into work. Here we go. So now our grocery store is leveling up because the surrounding buildings, are leveling up as well. Clothing store, these are all leveling up. And then eventually the offices will level up based on those businesses. But now we need to place more. You know what? I'm gonna let's do 600 feet block. And we can add in more medium density here. Let's do that. And just fill them up. You know what? We can add them here too. Why not? So we got more medium density. Business demand is now going. Okay, now I can place that larger grocery store. Those are all under construction. This whole area is not served, and this whole area is not served, but there's nothing down here. So I'm gonna make this area a commercial. Starting with the grocery store. Oops. And do that. This will be a little inlet, a little commercial shopping area. Need a pet store. Do a fish store here. First one. What do you need? Crop farm. Oh, there we go. Just took a little moment. But we do need to place a new crop farm soon. None of the food-related businesses are outputting that warning yet, but I'm going to stay ahead of the curve and place a little small one. There. I can place another one, right? No, just takes a second. Cool. Should have people working on the farm. Yep. People are farming. This person right here is farming. Lots of people farming. Look at that. That's so cool. So, our offices are starting to level up because the businesses level up. We get all these new homes coming into play. We're gonna have to build out a new commercial area. We got a new cafe. I'm gonna wait till I can place the bigger one, which means I'm gonna place. So, one of the cool things about buildings leveling up is that it kind of incentivizes you to make your city look nicer. At least if you're into that, because I am. These buildings kind of look all bland and ugly because they're all low level right now. Oh, we need another high school. Let's place a nice one of these bigger ones. Is this right in the middle? No, not in the middle, like right. And we need garbage. First garbage. So again, no pollution, doesn't really matter where we put this right now. This looks like this is like our city maintenance area. That's what it's becoming. So I'm gonna add the garbage. I'm gonna make a little offshoot. What is the turn? Where's the driveway? Okay. So one thing is driveways can't connect to intersections. So that's why I can't place this road. So I'm gonna place it here. And make a nice little utility offshoot. That and that. Probably needs one. So, what was it? Garbage? Yeah, garbage. Dump. That's all elevated terrain. We can't build on that yet, so let's put it at the end, away from everything. Stinky. I think now we can place that larger cafe. Yep, awesome. So let's continue fleshing out this commercial area. Looks like it's a little bit too big for that, so I'm gonna put it in this corner. At some point, the game's gonna have a lot more business options. Business options. So you can so you can work with like these little smaller spaces. They can't be too small because. So I'm gonna stop right now. So we just leveled up into medium town, so that just unlocked water filter, sewage treatment, water treatment, sewage treatment, and cable. So the whole city needs cable, and that messes up all the demand because anything that's missing a utility is not counting towards demand on this particular chart right here. It's a little bit confusing, but when you see all these warning icons, it should be obvious that there's a bigger problem right now. So we got our utility area. Let's place the cable there. That's connected. And we need water filter. Let's do that here. And we need sewage. sewage treatment. Let's do that opposite of the garbage. And I think these need to be hooked up. Like that. There we go. So you can see, I mean, you don't need to click on this information icon, but this will break down to you what the your power supply, demand, telecom, cable, and the same for water. Your pump capacity, treatment, sewage, and sewage treatment. And we got all these people moving in, and our demand and all these new businesses just unlocked now that we have a larger, we reach the next population tier. So we got a lot of work to do, and there's no traffic yet. So let's put in our first bakery. Again, let's expand this. Let's just move. Nice little bakery, kitchen, little kitchen where they make the bread. Ooh, I don't like those windows. So you can always change the design. Actually, I'm gonna cover the editing tool right now. So if you don't like a design, change it. No big deal. Sometimes you'll need to take the building off the market if you're adding objects that will change the path that units have to path around. So for this bakery, let's do let's do those windows. Actually, you know what? Let's do those windows. And roof, make it flat. And the wall, what does a bakery wall look like? Like a shop? There's a different set of windows there, so let's do these ones. I don't know, maybe you disagree with me. I think that looks pretty decent. So we got this editing tool here. So to go through this real quick, the first option lets you place copies of an existing item. I think it works pretty much for everything except for like roads. We have this tool that lets you update the color of objects, and it works. It's really nice that it works with. It will default to updating in groups depending on what you click on. So, for example, if I click on this wall here, it defaults to the first option. You can see it update, like depending on the part you want to update. But I can output a little preview and see. What is it now? It's a gray? I think this brown looks nicer. Make it a little bit brown. So you can update all the colors as you see fit. You can do funky tree. Whoops. You can do funky tree colors if you want, and then you can use this tool that lets you copy colors onto other objects. It's kind of experimental because objects are broken into different color parts somewhat differently depending on what the object is. But if you're using if you're coloring similar objects, then you shouldn't have any issue. Then we have copy building exterior to another building. The next tool is the building copy tool, so you can place exact copies of any building that you select, like this. And it starts, so this is at level 1 if you just placed it, but otherwise it's an exact copy of the building. And if you don't want the particular building level that it's set to, you can change it here. So let's just go to level 5. Of course, I forgot. Whenever you set the building level, it does change the textures. So maybe I should add an option that lets you copy a building and also copy the building. But again, small little thing, because the building will be leveled up anyway, and you could have locked it. You can lock the buildings as it is. Sorry, first option. Anyway, let's see. last option, or this option here. So every object, you can look at the custom colors if you save any yourself as a player. And this option lets you click on an item in the world, and it will appear in the custom color group in that little GUI that I just showed you. Looks like people are going home now, right? You do an errand. These people are doing errands. But we got all this demand. We're far behind now. Alright, let's place a gas station. Oh, wow. A lot of people need gas stations. Let's do a small one. Right here. Of course, that ate up all the demand. It's annoying. Not annoying. That's the challenge. We need to place another mechanic down here. Place that right there. Need a fast food restaurant. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Click the wrong one. Do a fast food restaurant maybe right here. Do a general restaurant. Place that there. And another grocery store. So you can see this higher density down here, this one grocery store can't even satisfy all those people. However, I'm gonna fix this problem here and make this bigger grocery store. That way, this little ring, hopefully this ring of low-level buildings gets resolved. We definitely need more offices once we place our new businesses. We need a machinist. Oh boy, all right, there's a lot to do. So let's make this, I was calling this the municipal area. Let's make this also a little industry area. So, which one's doing? Let's do this one. So, put a building here. Satisfies that demand. We need recycling building. Let's place that next to. Can I put it? No, there's a hill there. You can modify terrain height in this game. Right now, whoops, you gotta click that. Right now, it's only one. It only works tile by tile. I will be adding more tools to expand this, so you can do like multi-tile or create a hill or whatever. But for now, it's just one tile. But that will allow us to place the recycling center. Oh, one more. Rotate the camera. Let's do this. There we go. And as you saw when the game opened, it said some services were at macro level, some were at micro. Right now, these are all macro, so the range of utility of municipal services are much larger than businesses. And anyway, yeah. So these will eventually have trucks that will go out and collect garbage from different homes and whatnot. Hey, what do you need? Of course, offices. Let's get that resolved. Can I place medium density? I can. So let's add some medium density offices right here. And that might satisfy the demand. Here's the infrastructure. We need a dentist. It's 2 pages. Arcade. Oh, we need all these. All right, let's place an arcade. This feels like the more downtown area, so let's do that here. And let's see the arcade's a nice little pinball machines. Little arcade machines. Eventually I'll write a shader to make them, flash and whatnot. All right, as I was saying, I don't like these windows. So I'm gonna change all of them. And that's a good arcade texture. I don't know, that kind of looks like a fun place, right? Nice darkish windows. All right, so we still need a dentist and optometrist. So put those up here. They cover a lot of people, but the max biz distance. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Max biz distance is not long enough to get every single person. I could probably reduce this. Anyway, we need more machinists. I'm gonna place. We need more farms. We need timber. So one thing about timber is that if you fall behind on your timber demand, the construction speed of your buildings will start dropping real fast. So it's really important that you keep timber happy or satisfied. I'm gonna add that. I could go way out there if I wanted to. Also, we can add another entrance. And timber we'll place out in this hill area. Actually, not directly. Maybe. That is power. So let's get that. Care of, and probably needs water, I assume. Alright, now we have all these people moving. So if you don't want to deal with traffic, you can, there's a few options here. One, pedestrian collisions really make traffic management more difficult. Because basically any units walking across a crosswalk when a vehicle is trying to turn, like a left or right turn, they're going to be blocked until the unit is out of the way. So you can disable that. You can disable collision checks when vehicles are entering or exiting a property or zone. Then lastly, some smaller options, or a couple of things. So you can change the walk chance. So basically when a unit wants to get somewhere, if they can walk to that location, then you can set the chance that they will choose to walk rather than drive. You can also reduce how often they go out. So right now it's only set at 30%, they'll stay home. And then if they're stuck, this will control how long they'll wait in real time, not in game time. This will control how long they'll wait before they just teleport. So I set the default to a minute, but you can go as low as 20 seconds and as high as 2 minutes. So traffic is not like, it's backed up, but it's not like 2 lanes of traffic. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. We can flush out our little shopping area with another clothing store here. And another grocery. So let's put that one here. And if you don't like seeing the it's too late. If you don't like seeing I can do it. If you don't like seeing the flashing and color changes, you can actually disable it. So you can see exactly what you're placing if you care about the the design. All right, now let me take care. I did build some medium density offices, but apparently all these new businesses are creating even more demand. So I'm gonna add some more medium density there. And now we definitely need more. I have an orchard here. I'm actually going to delete that, and now we get an orchard. That should go down again. And we need a machinist. I can place the third one, so I can take care of that now. Alright. And now we can focus on homes again. Oh, we need a hospital. Forgot about that. It's kind of important. So, kind of a central area is like right there. And again, like every other building, you can see all the hospital rooms, and laundry room, and waiting rooms, etc., etc. All right, now we got enough office demand. I'll deal with that later. But now we can place high density residential homes. So, question is, where do I want to put them? So there's a big hill here, another one there. Maybe a little high density area in this little block. I should have placed one-way roads here, but, or even like these. Yeah, I'm gonna use these roads. And I'm going to be a little unorthodox. Do this. Let's begin our growth. These will definitely. What I'm looking for, I think. Let's go with these other older fashioned lights. Do that. All right, that's going to take a little bit of time to grow, but this will be the beginning of our high density area. Too many people, too much fast food. Oh, that makes sense. Where are all these buildings? We got one there, we got one here. This one's like serving no real purpose anymore. I'm going to delete. I'm going to place another one. So Asian one, yeah. I'm going to place that also in another shop. And then that should help this area. Perfect. And how are we looking on jobs? 200 available jobs. Those offices are coming online, 900 unemployed. But we have more buildings to place, so that will probably even out. And yeah, all these offices are under construction, so we can't, it's gonna eat up a good chunk of, these are medium density. So it's gonna consume a lot of that unemployment rate. Traffic jam. So this is where, like I said, there's the pedestrian vehicle collision. I know they're walking through the vehicles, but you know, it's good enough for now. Wow, where are you going in a hurry? You're going home. That person is running. Where do you live? Over there. So, yeah, every building, you can see what people are doing. Using a computer. The chair should be a little closer, whatever. Oh, let's add more lights here. Here's one. And you know what? I'm gonna place some more parks. Even though they're not really needed. We have all this extra money in my unbalanced economy right now. So let's, how big can I, yeah, let's put a nice big one for these rich people. They're not rich yet. They will be. So we got a nice park there for the high-rise area. I'll place another farm at this point. Slow some more, probably. More machinists. Our industry is growing. I need a little one. This is the one I can place. Actually, let's sell that. Oh, we need more. Okay, that farm was not. Oh, because it needs power and water. And hopefully, yep. So even industry requires offices, which is nice. Just levels of people need. No one works here yet. I think the jobs has not fared out yet. There is still. So it was at 900 and now we're down to 600. So it fires off every so often, so these numbers will balance out over time. All right. Ooh, it doesn't have power. Oh, because they're connected to this side. So we got our nice high rises under construction. Again, they all look ugly because they're level 1. Most of them are still under construction, but they'll be done soon. We can add more medium density, I think, on the border here. And definitely. So yeah, we just need to wait. We need to build a lot of homes and wait for people to move in. And it's at points in the game like this where like it's just nice to watch the Sims go about their daily life. Every unit is, you know, simulated in real time. It's agent based. So each person is going home, grabbing, doing an errand or whatever. You can actually check if we do a unit schedule. So green is going home, blue is going to sleep, pink or magenta is going to an errand. Oh, they're going to the hospital. That doesn't sound fun. And then purple are visitors, but there are not a lot of them at this time at this hour. There's a few, so purple. And then yellow is working. So you can see what everyone's doing at a glance, essentially. Oh, now we need more substations. I'm not surprised. These big buildings eat up quite a bit of power. So let's add that. All right, so I just placed the new substation, or the second substation, and this little donut place is hopping. This is a 24-hour business, and people are eating, coming and going. Get some workers. You know what? It's too dark. 24-hour business, it's too dark. Let's add a, where do I put, how about that? And, all right. So we're at 5,000 people. We got all these high density residential homes coming up. Looks like some of them are on the market, some of them are still under construction. How our building is looking. All right. So, what should we do next? More high density, more medium density. Probably make this little pocket here. I'm going to continue the medium density. Add that. High school. It's the midnight chime. So yeah, I've been playing now for I think two or 3 hours, 2 hours maybe, and I'm only at 5,000 population, so that's a pretty good run so far. Essentially, it's going to take what, 3-4 hours for 10,000, and then times 10 would be 40 hours for 100K city roughly. And probably faster because once you get to high density, units will move in faster than these single family ones. I do want to, I do want to finish expanding the country. So, I'm going to make this more open space. All right, that will be suburban. This main artery will come down and connect it. There's a hill there, so maybe, I'm gonna curve that. We'll have it go like this, and then go like that. Oh, we need cable. Not enough water pumps. Oh, so the water pumps power the cable, which is why the cable got put out. So I think that's what happened. We'll find out in a second. Let's add a water pump. And hook it up. And what happens? Yeah, there we go. That can be a little confusing. It's something I'll work on, but typically like the warning you'll see is prioritized by how important the utility is, so it should be obvious like which one you should fix first. Oh, that's why our demand was all wonky. Okay. So these should start growing. Yeah, these are growing out. It's going to expand. A little suburban area. We got medium density. Let's do more medium density. So I'm going to add more high density. And then I'm going to change the shape a little bit. You know what? I am going to make these 4 or bigger. All medium density. You know what? I want these to be also greater than 4. Or greater than or equal to 4. So I will need to plan another shopping, commercial service area, because as these buildings fill up, like right now they're pretty empty because they just finished construction. But a lot of people live here, and it's going to be a lot of new business demand generated from that. It's 2 a.m. I'm gonna make it daytime again. Okay, that's gonna take some time. So we got. There's no nail salon in this area, so I'm gonna add some here. There's a gym here. Just to the arcade. Oh, now it's working. There must have been a weird bug. So this is the tool that you copy. You can copy exterior designs from one building to another. I wonder if the database just got disconnected or something. Alright, we need a gas station. None of these have gas. Oh boy. Where do we put this? I feel like it should be on the main road. So I'm unfortunately destroy those buildings. How we look? Okay. Nice. All right, those will take time. Any other police station? Probably had one of these big ones now. Let's do this one. How about? I mean, it's a little early to place this big one. We only need 1,000-ish demand, but look at all this extra money in my unbalanced economy. I'm gonna place it right now. Where do I want to put it though? Down here. Any other parks? We got the big one. Where do I put that? It's way. Am I? Oh, because the game. Forgot. Okay. I have a large park. I'm gonna put that. Where is this? I see. Sorry, I as a developer, you notice things like, oh, I gotta fix that. So I'm gonna put this. Where should I put this? I kind of want to center it, like right there. Screw those homes. So we got a nice big park here. Power, of course. And we need more. We need a video store. Which, do we have one in our shopping center? We do. Look at that. Perfect fit. And we have no lights yet. So let's add those. Can't be dark in the shop. It just does not sound. There's not many businesses that are gonna fit. Can I have a? I'm gonna put a little plaza park. That little mayor park. And a little park. For some reason that's not animated. I'll fix that. So here's our cafe. Got lots of people enjoying a coffee or eating whatever. Having breakfast. Traffic is backing up. It's pretty bad. So there is so one thing I should mention, there is a cap on how far someone's willing to walk, and it on purpose matches the business distance. So if I were to click on this, it's the 200 tile radius I was talking about. That's how far people are willing to walk. So if they're going somewhere that's outside that range, then they are going to drive instead of it'll take too long. Where are these people going? I'm always curious. I wish, I should have a query tool. You just like hover over units. Like, well, I'm going to blah. I'm going to blah. And I'm working. I'm running an errand. They're all people going on an errand. All right. So this shopping area should get busy because that's where all of the stuff is right now. All right, we need another mechanic. Place a big one. And it just makes sense to place it next to the police station. I don't know why, it just does. We need another fast food. Let's get a burger shop. We could put that. Make this little area another commercial area. We need another bakery. I don't think that. Oh, I did put one. Okay. Let's put those buildings down. You know what? This will also be commercial. Game saved. Okay. We need grocery store, of course. Can't put the mega. Or I could. I bet if I deleted. What's this here? I bet if I deleted this. Yeah. No, I hate this. That's fine. Okay. Then lots more offices. We need more machinists or industry. I have a big machinist building. I could destroy all those and place this big one, but I'm gonna wait. Let's do. I like these. Like this is what I saw as a kid growing up, like this style of building for an industry type building. I don't know what it was, but this is like spot on from some of the buildings that I grew up around in New Hampshire. Anyway. We need, ooh, is construction slow? Oh wait, we need more substations too. Let me deal with that first. I'm running out of room up there. I'm going to make it in the residential. Buy trees. Connect it. We need sewage pumps. Where did I put the other one? It's somewhere over here. There it is. Okay. Not enough room. But I do want to keep it, we'll place it next to the sewage treatment, like that. And of course, lots more offices. These are the medium density offices. And I can't place high until my large town, so I will put a little backdrop, medium density. And then in a shoe store. People need their shoes. Let's do that. You know what, let's put this in that new commercial area. Wish I could put the big one. Maybe I should wait. I'm gonna wait until I place the big one. What do you need? You need... Oh, we need more farms. Okay. Nice big one. That's corn. That should probably take care of food. Yeah, that's perfect. Employ 64 people. Probably a little unrealistic, but hey. I can't, you know, it wouldn't make sense to make this gigantic crop farm that takes up half the map to feed, you know, only 10,000 people or whatever. Oh, these poor people stuck in traffic. Maybe I should lower the teleport. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this is the way. Maybe this is the way it should be. It is a little bit after rush hour, so. But regardless, they will teleport if they're stuck for whatever reason. Wow. Already too many people for this gas station. Way too many people for this gas station. Oh, we're now a large town. Does that mean, yeah, large density, high density offices around. I'm gonna place them right there. And give them a little park. Nice big one. Office area. All right, so people are still moving in. So yeah, the game will have more transportation options after early access launches. I'm just a solo developer. I'm the only full-time person working on this game. I do work with a talented pixel art, two. So one pixel artist handles all the isometric work and all the icons. And then top-down mode, which actually I haven't showed off yet. A different pixel artist works on top-down. This mode can be useful, actually. It is useful if you want to look at supply and demand. Let me find a, like, this fits a little bit more on screen, like to see like where you're lacking, where people want stuff. Oh, that's a bug. There we go. So yeah, there's a top-down mode. And you can see inside buildings just like isometric. It's pretty much full featured. It's just, you know, obviously isometric looks much better. It's more of like the data view. Oh, we need a post office. Of course. I think it makes sense to place that in the shopping area. That. So that's our mail. And then I'm gonna road name this building. That belongs here. And I think, all right, so our grocery store, these businesses are already at level 4, which means most of these buildings are probably 4 or higher. Yeah, level 4. What else do they need? Cemetery and city hall. You can place this now, not a big deal. Normally, like this is saying we need 13,000 people. But like, again, you can place municipal buildings whenever. Let's put that up here. This cemetery looks so nice. It's amazing, actually. And it needs water. You know, I never looked inside of this building. This is great. Oh, that's awesome. Normally I look inside the buildings, but like I've been so busy, and I trust the guy that I work with. So he does an amazing job. All right. So yeah, buildings won't hit level 5 until all their needs are met, or at least like 90-something% of them. So now you can see this building's leveling up to level 5. That's how hard it is to get level 5 buildings. You can see in the economy breakdown, which again, if you just jumped here without listening, this is not active yet and it's not balanced, but it is in the game. There's nothing at level 5 yet because every single demand needs to be met. So, let's have Actually, I want to look at this one more time. All right, so we got all these level 4s. Of course, there's no business down here, so those are stuck at level 1. These are going to require, you know, every single business eventually. Now I can place that big shoe store I was talking about. Now I'm going to place it up here, actually. Nice. All right. These buildings are looking nicer because they're leveling up. And let's just place the city hall now. It's a little early, but you know. What's the harm? Right next to the hospital. After a long day of work, I need to be right next to a hospital. All right. One thing I don't like, so I'm not a practiced YouTuber. If I'm worried that if I were to use like a program to just count the number of times I said it's gonna be like in the hundreds. It's horrible for listening to. So now we're at full residential demand. I think what do I think? More suburbs, more high density. All right. Our offices are now mostly filled up. Workers, people are busy at work. Right. All right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop the Let's Play right here. We're about at 9,000 people. And at this point, I've pretty much covered everything the game has to offer. But I guess what else? So on my computer, the game can handle about 100,000 people, around at roughly 30 FPS. But you know, every machine is going to be different, and I'll be improving that over time. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. And who knows, maybe I'll do another Let's Play in the future.